Right. Greetings, the people of Zimbabwe. Greetings, people of Hlengwe community. My name is Frank Guashure. As you can see, people call me FG. Today, I want to try to ensure that as a Sunday like this, I also start preaching the gospel. Now, the gospel is divided in different portions. There is a gospel that you preach when you are in church, and there is a gospel that you preach for the country. These are two different portions of gospels. All of them, they are gospels, but the word gospel is talking about good news. The gospel, it talks about good news. So my gospel for today, I want to preach and pray for my country, Zimbabwe. You know, some of us, we are patriotic citizens. The problem is that when you become patriotic, people connote you as a politician. I'm not a politician. I am, a patriotic citizen. And a patriotic citizen, when he is talking about national things, it doesn't mean that he's talking politics. That is not politics. He's speaking for his country. I have got a right, whether I'm civil servant or what, but there is another right that is given to the citizen, not that part of a job, but as a citizen, I also have that democratic right to preach and to pray for my country. So as a Sunday today, it is my wish to give a preaching for the country, gospel that is intended for the country. Now, when we want to preach the gospel to the country, we don't just preach the gospel. We don't directly preach the gospel. We first of all understand the hierarchy of the country. Because when God is blessing a country, he looks at the hierarchy. There is leadership that he gives to the people. And when his blessings are coming from heaven, they start by being received by the top leaders. It is the top leaders that receive the blessings from the Lord. And then the leaders, they bless other people. So it is my plea to first of all congratulate the president for being re-elected as the president of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency President Emmerson Mnangagwa. I congratulate him not as a politician. I'm congratulating as a citizen of the country. Now, it is now the gospel that we are preaching. We are saying when we are congratulating the president, we are saying, may you receive the blessings from the Lord. And then if you receive the blessings from the Lord, for the Lord to continuously bless you as a leader, you have to take the blessings and distribute them equally to the people. The people are the people of God. So when you are distributing blessings that you have received from the Lord, if I'm talking about blessings, I'm talking about economic fortunes, economic resources. Those are the blessings that you are receiving from the Lord. You can even feel it, that you have the power for those blessings. So you have to take the blessings and then distribute to the people. So I want to quote from what you have been saying as the president. You said you promised that you will create billionaires. That's the first thing that you did. You promised that I'm going to create that was in 2017 at a meeting with ZANU-PF people. I'm not ZANU-PF myself. I'm speaking as a citizen. You promised that you are going to create billionaires. You also promised that Zimbabwe is now open for business. These are two promises that are important for the people of Zimbabwe. So it is my plea that you have to fulfill the promise that you have given. It means that God has given you the blessings to bless other people, to create billionaires. God has given you the blessing of knowledge. Knowledge on its own is a blessing from God. So if you have that a mantra of saying Zimbabwe is open for business. Let it be open for the people. Let the people of Zimbabwe be billionaires. Let the people of Zimbabwe feel at ease in doing business. So the first thing that I'm going to say is that create opportunities for the civil servants to do business. It's a gospel. This is gospel. I'm saying this as a citizen who is preaching for the country. I'm saying create opportunities for the civil servants to do business. We understand that as a civil servant, you are not required to do extra business because you are an employee of the government. But if now the country is open for business, that open for business mantra, it has to go down up until to the middle class. Because if you're looking at the economy, the economy of a country is uplifted by the middle class. It is the middle class that can uplift an economy. So you have to create opportunities for the civil servants to do business. All civil servants. I'm talking about even the security. I'm talking about even the teachers, the nurses, everybody. We have to have a solid, powerful middle class in Zimbabwe. That is the first prayer that we are giving to the country of Zimbabwe. And then, this is now a bit political, but I want to say our parliament, we have to create a parliament that is orderly. We are tired of listening to the parliament where we are having a member of parliament being disorderly in the parliament. You're saying somebody saying, order, order. Someone said, I withdraw, order, order. Even the house, the speaker of the house can't even control the people in the parliament. We expect order in the new building. It is very, very unfortunate that the new member of parliament that are in the new building are even coming there to sing. The member of parliament must understand that the people are suffering. The people of Zimbabwe are suffering. The people of Zimbabwe, they have to be represented. So let them stop singing, please. As the president, this is a prayer that we are giving to the president. We are saying, can you please bring order to the parliament of Zimbabwe? If you look at the British parliament, people debate based on progress. People debate based on economic progress, based on national interest, based on the people's interests. So when we are voted by people, people vote us so that we can represent them in parliament. So let us go to the parliament to do business. Let's represent the people. Let's do order in the parliament. Let's question fully the ministers. The ministers has to be accountable. They have to be accountable. And for them to be accountable, it is the purpose of the member of parliament, the House of Assembly. It is the one that has to give pressure to those people. Now, we understand that even the currents of our country, needs to be looked at. So it is the duty of the House of Assembly to give pressure to that. For example, us here in Hlengweni community, we have got some cases that are pending. For example, I'm not talking about politics, please. For example, if you look at what is called the Chitakataka China, people live in fear because they don't understand what is going to happen to their land. People don't have anyone who can explain to them about the Chitakataka issue. We don't even know what is going to happen. We just hear that someone has been sued because of that. But we don't know what is going to happen. So if we are having a member of parliament who is geared up for the people, who is fully coming to represent the people, we can easily understand even the Chilonga case. We can even understand what is the government saying about that? The implementation process. We have to have a leader who comes to the people whom he represents. He knows that the people are worrying because of this. Come and explain to us. The government is willing to do this at this land because of this and this and this. And the people who are here, we are going to this and that and that. That is the implementation procedure. Because the people must not live in fear when we are having our leaders. The voice of the people has to be heard. The voice of the people cannot go to the parliament unless the member of parliament at the ground knows and provide that one. to the government. So this is something that I'm speaking as a citizen of Hlengweni community. The issue is disturbing so much. I'm not saying it's a wrong issue, it's a wrong thing for government to do projects. You have to quote me very well, but we have to have an implementation procedure being tabled to the people. And as a listening government, the government has to understand what is the cries of the people. What are the people saying on such issues? Right. So that is what I'm saying, that when we are preaching the gospel of a nation, we also preach the gospel to member of parliaments. We preach the gospel to the government itself. We are preaching the gospel to the cabinet itself. This is a gospel that can bring development and economic progress to our country. And then I did not comment much on the cabinet that was appointed. But, you know, as a citizen, I also have some defects. I don't know if I can call them defects, but as my perception, there are people like Strive Masiwa. There are people like David Kautet. There are people like Tendai Beat. These are people who have proven, that they have got an understanding. For example, if you look at Masiwa there, in terms of technology, in terms of finance, these are the people that has to be considered when we are talking about the cabinet that can bring economic progress. Is it that they don't want to work for the people, or is it that the government can't work with them? What is the issue? I don't even understand on that. And then on the sports ministry department, I'd also mentioned people like our own Peter Ndlovu. You see, he has done a good work even at Sundowns. So the qualification that has brought the other one minister on the first term, if our own Peter Ndlovu has got that talent, why can't we test such type of people? I don't know. This is something that I'm commenting based on my understanding as a citizen of my country. So now, to end my sermon, I want to pray for my country. I pray for the leaders of my country. I also pray for the people of Hlengweni community. May God bless the people of Hlengweni community. May God bless the people of Zimbabwe. May God bless all the civil servants. May God bless the people who are patriotic. This is not an era of being of focusing ourselves on party issues. It has to be an era where we build the country together. Unity for progress. Unity for progress. Unity for progress. I thank you.